whether the sale agreement needs to be registered or is it not necessary. If it is registered, what are the legal safeguards the purchaser and the seller will have? So whenever a sale of an immovable property takes place, generally there is a sale agreement between the vendor and the purchaser. So this registration of sale agreement takes place in the government office of sub-registrar. Therefore, the government becomes a witness. It is an evidence that there is a commitment between there is a legal commitment between the buyer and the seller for the transfer of immovable property as an absolute sale. So, primarily one should understand that registering a sale agreement is a proof of a contract thus entered between the buyer and the seller. So the stamp duty is paid with the sub-registrar, which goes to the state exchequer. So therefore the government becomes a witness in the process. Witness in the sense the sale agreement is entered in the books of the government, sub-registry. So anytime the extract of a registered sale agreement can be taken. So therefore the government becomes a witness, and there is a commitment between the buyer and the seller. So the tenor of completion of the sale deed is mentioned, and the commitments of the buyer and the seller are registered in writing in the said register of agreement. And in case if there is a deviation, if there is a refusal from the seller, or if there is a denial, from the buyer, both parties have got legal safeguards. So both can sue with specific performance of the sale agreement when there is a violation of the conditions thus entered. However, the sale agreement registration also becomes mandatory because generally the buyers, the home buyers, will approach the banks for necessary loan. So the banking institutions also will finance the prospective buyer only based on the registered sale of agreement. So therefore the registration of sale agreement becomes compulsory. So the Indian Registration Act section 17 deals with the compulsion for the registration of the sale agreement.